And from Tottenham on Saturday, this thing is now continued over the last couple of nights, now making it 3 nights and spread to all parts of London, north, east, south, and west, affluent areas as well as poor areas. And then on, as your report said, to other cities around the UK, Nottingham, Manchester, Bristol, Liverpool, and Birmingham. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of parallels to this situation. And even though Mark, when he was stopped, they said that he had a gun, they said that later they said that a police officer had been shot, but the bullet lodged in his radio. And this is reported by the Guardian newspaper, that the bullet that actually lodged in the police officer's radio was a police-issued bullet. So it meant that one of his own colleagues had actually shot him. And just like
we have to chuckle at that because, we got that seems to be the new tagline when people are shot by the police, as we are experiencing this very controversial shooting in San Francisco with Kenneth Harding. First he was unarmed, then he was shooting at the police, and then they found the gun, but it wasn't the right gun, and and then the final conclusion was he shot himself. It just kept changing. It still is changing. We don't know what the story will be tomorrow, but now instead of the unarmed man being shot, now somehow he shot the police, and when they find the gun and the bullets don't match. So this is almost a parallel story, and I know people listening are probably nodding their head going, wow, they must have got the same memo. So this must be the police memo that's going around the globe right now.
Well, see, this is the thing, because just as they've been slow in feeding back information to the communities there about what has happened with that local shooting, I found it quite extraordinary that Mark was shot and killed on Thursday at about 6:15 in the evening. And all up until Saturday, nothing had been explained to his parents. Nothing had been explained to his family. And for it to happen that way, I even question, why did they let the information out the way that they did? To release information that's highly emotive in a part of London where there's past history of police misconduct and civil unrest as a result of it, to release information that an unarmed black man was shot and killed by 2 police officers was bound to trigger something. And then shortly later, more information started to come out later about about him supposedly having a gun. Wow. And a gun being found in the car, and then an officer being shot. And, and even now, the IPCC, the Independent Police Complaint Commission, are saying that it's going to take up to 6 months to work out what actually happened there.
Right. If you're just tuning in, this is the voice of Twilight Bey. He is do I have to call you a social intervention specialist? Is that your official title?
Yeah, that's the kind of work that I do, but I'm also an activist.
That's right.
I'm also a member of the community. I'm also a mediator, a mentor, and a teacher. So I got many hats, but ultimately, I intervene in society where things go wrong, and that's what I'm good at. Right.
And Twilight, of course, intimate part of the peace talks that took place in Los Angeles around the Rodney King uprisings in L.A. It happens to be in London, where he lives now, and is experiencing this and giving a contrast between the two. First of all, it's very interesting that you had noted that many affluent areas are also being hit, and that may explain some of the comments that we've heard from broadcasters over here. One of them, who is from London, Piers Morgan, was remarking, I think on Twitter and other places, that this is a terrorist act and this needs to be treated as terrorism. So I thought that was very interesting that was being said, but now